Just imagine. All the components in your systems were controlled centrally and could be operated like one instrument.
Just imagine. You could access all the information you need immediately.
Just imagine. You were networked all the time with the entire world.
And just imagine that all these options opened up to you.
Not just at the touch of a button, but simply when you gave a spoken command.
Endolight on. What benefits does Core offer you in routine work?
You can see that best by making a direct comparison. The same operation is beginning in these two operating theatres at the same time, a surgical operation. It's 9:30 and the anaesthetised patient is already on the operating table.
Not an untypical problem. The remote control for the table can't be found. A member of the team has to crawl under the table and position it manually.
Core delivers wireless control for the operating table in the Core operating theatre. Patient data has meanwhile already been loaded from the KIS system. Preoperative diagnostic data such as CT, MRI or X-ray are received from PACS and then displayed to the surgeon on the appropriate monitor. Virtually any image source can be transferred to the connected monitors in the Core operating theatre.
Not all data can be set up as a patient folder in the standard operation. Only the CT and X-ray images taken in-house can be assessed via the computer. All the other preparations necessary have to be initiated by the surgeon, and personnel have to carry out instructions manually.
The surgeon in the Core operating theatre has now put the headset on and is using the Core voice control system. The surgeon can now control all the functions integrated in the Core system.
Everything is ready now. The operation is beginning. A trocar is positioned and the rigid IMAX endoscope is introduced.
The intervention in the Core operating theatre is also called. The patient has to be repositioned. The surgeon can carry out this function himself.
The position also has to be changed in the standard operating theatre. Unfortunately, the remote control is still missing. All of a sudden, the surgeon discovers a problem. A colleague has to be consulted. The surgeon attempts to describe the findings by phone.
The same problem has occurred in the Core operating theatre. The appropriate specialist is initially informed by phone. On the nearest available computer, the specialist can call up the live video stream from the operation via the network and get a precise view of the situation. The specialist advises the surgeon by video conference or teleconsulting.
After the telephone consultation didn't yield a satisfactory result in the standard operating theatre, the specialist joins the team in person. At first, he has to go through the hygiene log. Then he assesses the case.
The operation is finished in the Core operating theatre. The operation report can be generated and saved directly in MediImage software. The operating theatre is then ready for the next intervention.
The operation is also finished in the standard operating theatre. The surgeon will do the operation report later. Manually prepared documents and any earlier findings and X-rays are packed away into a folder.
As you can see, the integrated core operating theatre provides a solution for lots of problems that can occur in a conventional operating theatre. Workflows and operation of equipment are optimized, and software integrated within the core system makes light work of documentation.
A design geared to practical applications means that core is more than the sum of its individual parts. What exactly is core?
Core is an integrated operating theatre solution from Richard Wolf. Expert planning based on a track record of many years of experience is used to design a working environment that is precisely tailored to your requirements.
The design of the room is a top priority here in order to facilitate ergonomic and efficient workflows.
However, apart from design and ergonomic aspects, core is all about integration.
Integration? What's meant by that?
Networking all functions, central computer control is a key feature of the core operating theatre.
All the equipment in a core operating theatre is controlled from here.
An intuitive user interface allows users to start operating equipment immediately without having to spend a lot of time studying instruction manuals. There are no cryptic symbols, just clear commands that can also be spoken.
Operating table. Table up. Back up. But doesn't that only work with Richard Wolf equipment?
The system works with any item of equipment that has the option of remote control. This operating table, for instance, is not a Richard Wolf product. Richard Wolf has integrated a large number of products from other manufacturers that are required during an operation.
And despite networking all the equipment, there isn't a tangle of cables lying around. What are all the screens for?
They guarantee ergonomic working conditions. Apart from endoscopic images, lots of relevant information for operations can be displayed here. The MediImage medical documentation system, another key element in the core operating theatre, allows users to look at images taken in the past and patient data. Individual images or films can be generated, and operation reports can be quickly produced directly after the operation.
Images of the current operation can be made accessible by live stream, even at locations outside the operating theatre, worldwide. A video conference system can be used for this purpose.
A video conference in an operating theatre?
Of course. For example, the surgeon can consult a colleague during an operation and send images of the operation, or students can follow the operation without actually being in the operating theatre themselves. All available image sources, endo cameras, even a dedicated operating theatre camera are suitable for this application.
Any image can be called up on any monitor, just as the surgeon needs it. Mounting monitors on the tripod allows them to be set up at virtually any position in the room.
This media control allows surgeons to switch the image signal to the preferred monitor and is independent of the system. The monitor can be positioned wherever the application requires.
The same is true for sealing supply units. The technology is always within reach, but never in the way.
Image distribution in the operating theatre and live stream and video conferencing can be controlled using this separate touchscreen monitor. This is also used to control different room functions, e.g. theatre lighting.
And the visual displays indicate whenever a signal leaves the room.
Of course, high-quality endoscope technology from Richard Wolf is absolutely essential for a successful operation. This equipment seamlessly fits into the integrated operating theatre concept.
This is the operating theatre of tomorrow. Integrated operating theatre technology from Richard Wolf. More productivity and efficiency. Optimum deployment of resources. Everything from a single source.